Universal's Islands of Adventure. Everyone knows this theme park. It's actually my favorite theme park between Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. And we all know about Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal Studios Florida. But did you guys know that one time Islands of Adventure was called Islands of Fear back in 2002? And that year, Halloween Horror Nights was actually over here at this theme park. And Halloween Horror Nights was actually over here at Islands of Adventure for I think 3 years. But today I'm going to be talking to you guys about that very first year this park transformed into Islands of Fear. And before I start, let me just take a moment and appreciate this weather today. It's about 80 degrees. It's been the coolest today that it has been in months and months and months, probably since like February. But anyways, the year was 2002 and it was the 12th anniversary of Halloween Horror Nights, and it was over here at the newish theme park Islands of Adventure. This park opened in 1999, and then 3 years after it opened, Halloween Horror Nights was hosted right here. Halloween Horror Nights this year featured 5 different houses and 6 different scare zones, as well as 3 different shows and a dance party. So basically every single land here at Islands of Adventure had a different scare zone, and right now we're here in the port of entry, and the scare zone over here was it was called Port of Evil. I bet he remembers the Port of Evil. But anyways, the Port of Evil, it was described as entering an eerie, mist-shrouded port city where unseen creatures and unspeakable horrors lurk around every corner. Now when I think about it, a scare zone in the port of entry would have been pretty scary because there's a lot of places to hide over there. So I bet all kinds of crazy people were coming out and scaring everybody. And as we would come left over here into the Marvel Superhero Island, this scare zone was known as Island Under Siege. It was described as the superheroes have been defeated. Now you're trapped on a decaying, lawless island under siege by the minions of the most vicious supervillain of all, Carnage. Now that is awesome because Carnage is one of the best villains of the Marvel Universe, one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. He's awesome, he's super crazy. And also Carnage had his own house over here. It's called Maximum Carnage, which is actually a comic book series that they had between Venom and Carnage, which is pretty cool. But anyways, that house was described as venturing into a labyrinth-like secret hideout of the malevolent Carnage, an insane criminal with incredible alien powers who's bent on mindless destruction. But how awesome would it have been to come over here? If you guys know about comics, if you know about Marvel, how awesome would it have been to come over here to the Marvel Superhero Island and go through the Carnage haunted house? That would have been awesome. That'd probably be my favorite haunted house of all time. And honestly, the whole island right here, Island Under Siege, with all the villains out and about, that would have been the best. They need to bring this back, at least just to Marvel Superhero Island. Bring all the villains back, have them roam around and scare everybody. That would be amazing. Can you guys come back and start scaring people, please? And then as we're walking on the pathway over here to Toon Lagoon, this theater right back here, which I have never ever been into because there's nothing in here right now, but this was actually Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. You could party on as these 2 time-traveling dudes are back in a most excellent new adventure featuring your favorite TV and movie characters. And then over here, Toon Lagoon, this was a scare zone. It was called Shrieks and Foons. It was described as the joke's on you as you cross a weird, maddening landscape populated by disturbing cartoonish freaks whose idea of fun is scaring you silly. I don't know of any scary cartoons, of any scary toon freaks, but who knows? Maybe there's some pretty scary toons out there. I don't really know. This guy looks a little bit scary to me. But then right over here by Popeye and Bluto's Bill Drap Barges, which is I guess under refurbishment. I didn't know this, but yeah, you can see it's under refurbishment right now. This was actually a house. It was called Scary Tales 2. You could step into the pages of the grimiest fairy tales ever told, where nobody lives happily ever after. In fact, nobody lives. This is a very interesting area for the Islands of Fear to me, because I've never really been scared of cartoons, I guess. but if they could pull that off, I think that this would have been like really cool. I'm gonna try to look up some videos of what this was back in the day so I can get a kind of a better understanding of it. It sounds pretty cool to me. I don't know how scary it would be though. It's just such like a happy, silly little part of the park right here, so I don't really know how it would be scary. So yeah, very interesting to me. All right, let's make our way back here into Jurassic Park, but back in Islands of Fear. This was known as JP Extinction. The power is out, the gates are down. Packs of carnivorous dinosaurs are loose in the park, and there's something very strange, very deadly stalking you as well. Where is he? Gotta watch your back over here. And then it seems like right here, Thunder Falls Terrace, there was a house, and it was called Fear Factor. Imagine a place where your greatest fears become reality. Feel your way through absolute darkness in room crawling with insects, snakes, spiders, worms, rats, and more. So I guess it's just like actually Fear Factor, like the show, the TV show, and like the show they have over at Universal Studios. I guess you just go through a house based off of that. I wonder if you like actually felt certain things. That might actually be pretty scary, because I'm like scared of spiders. I'm not really scared of snakes, but if there was a bunch of spiders crawling everywhere, that'd be scary. And it seems like Jurassic Park over here was the only land that actually had 2 houses, which kind of makes sense because it's like the biggest land, I think. Seems like the biggest land to me. But over here at the Triceratops Discovery Trail, there was a house called Project Evolution. Deep within the jungle, top secret genetic experiments have gone horribly wrong, creating hideous mutants, half human, half dinosaur, and all evil. How come people just assume that dinosaurs are these horrible, evil creatures? I'm pretty sure if we went back in time, we would find that they're pretty nice. I mean, they might try to eat you, but that's just how they survive, you know? They gotta eat to survive. They're not mean, they're not evil. And of course, nothing was really happening back here because this was not created yet. This is newish, but over here, this was known as the Lost Continent back in the day. All this right here was the Lost Continent. I talked about this in my Islands of Adventure history video, secrets and facts that I did for Islands of Adventure's 20th birthday. Now, there wasn't a house over here in the Lost Continent, but there was a scare zone, and it was called Island of Evil Souls. The imposing figure of Nightmare blocks your entry to this hellish netherworld of ancient demons and fiery torments. Do you dare to pass? That actually seems like a pretty cool scare zone, if you ask me. That might have been like my second favorite, right behind the Marvel one. But also in the Lost Continent, there was a couple shows over here. There was the Fountain of Evil, which I'm guessing was right here at the Talking Fountain. But it says the spirit in this fountain won't grant your wish, especially if your wish is to escape unscathed. And then I'm guessing the other show was behind here over where the Sinbad show used to be. It was called Studio 666. Gather all your friends and dance the night away as the hottest night spot in the land of dead comes alive with pulse pounding, high energy music. So I'm guessing it was basically a scary rave. I think they should have made a scare zone over here, or a house into where Poseidon's Fury was. They could have like done it crazy in there, been a bunch of scares. It would have been awesome if there was something in there. And then we would have made our way into the last land, Seuss Landing. But this was a scare zone called Booville. All the Who's are behind locked doors. As darkness falls, the mischievous spirit of Halloween descends upon the deserted streets. Does it bring treats or tricks? Basically another one where I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be very scared over here in Seuss Landing. I mean, how am I supposed to be scared when we got some moose juice and goose juice over here? I don't know. This one might have been the least scary of them all. Like, you really want me to be scared over here when the Circus McGurkus Cafe Stupendous is right here? Come on now. But that does it for all of the scare zones here at the Island of Fear. There was one more house, but I don't know where it is. It says it was in Sound Stage 20, but I have no idea where Sound Stage 20 is. but it was called the Scream House. There's something disturbing about this small town mortuary. The bodies just don't want you to stay dead, and they don't want you to leave. Actually sounds pretty interesting. I just don't know where it would have been. Maybe it would have been kind of where Kong is right now, because that section wasn't being used. I'm not too sure. Let me know down below if you know where Sound Stage 20 is. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, over here in Port of Entry, there was also another show. It was called Town Square of Tortured Souls. Hide your eyes and cover your ears as the shrieking victims of electric chairs, iron maidens, and other torture devices set the mood for what's to come. Sounds really creepy, and it probably would have been a great way to come into Islands of Adventure, Islands of Fear, and start your Halloween Horror Nights adventure. But yeah guys, there you have it. The time Islands of Adventure was the host for Halloween Horror Nights. Islands of Fear is what it was called for that very first year, and then I believe Halloween Horror Nights was held over here for the next 2 or 3 years. Then it moved back to Universal Studios, and it's been over there ever since. But let me know, what do you guys think about having Halloween Horror Nights here at Islands of Adventure? And did you ever go to Halloween Horror Nights at Islands of Adventure? Let me know down below. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this little history video over here at Universal. Let me know down below if you've been to Halloween Horror Nights this year. I've been a couple times. I'm planning on going all throughout the Halloween season. I love Halloween Horror Nights. It's one of the best things here in Orlando at the theme parks. It's my favorite, honestly. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, just don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. It really helps me out, helps my channel grow. And yeah, it's kind of fun to do the impossible. See you guys on the next one.